Hello everyone, my name is Shira and welcome back to another adventure here in Minecraft. We are still here below the iron farm and I have been AFKing here for quite a bit since the last episode. And if we look inside here, oh yeah, iron is definitely raining from this farm. There's also some bone blocks here from composting the puppies. I kinda forgot to mention it last time. Now we're set in terms of iron. I've also been using this to get emeralds from my villagers. Speaking of villagers, look at this place. I made some renovations here. Also, there's something else over here as well. I got this green undead guy hanging out in this corner. And he's been doing some work. He got a villager infected. Then the infected villagers spread the infection inside this place. And because of that, everyone turned into zombies. So I had to step up and cure all of them. And slowly, everyone was cured and turned back to their old selves. And as a result of that, they are now very thankful and gave me huge discounts in all of their trades. It's not like I was the one who brought the zombie here and caused the infection to the villagers. Anyway, I've been trading a bunch of these guys using my iron, and now I got a bunch of emeralds. You can even see here how much emeralds I've collected from them. It is also a good source of XP, compared to my skeleton grinder anyway. And this is where I've been repairing all of my tools. I've also bought some golden carrots from the farmers. And this will now be my main source of food from now on. Thank you for the carrots, Mr. Farmers. I've also been mining and caving and got a bunch more resources. This is pretty much all I've got from that session. I also found something interesting this time. I stumbled upon the deep dark again, but this time, I went in deeper. And in the end, I found this. An ancient city. Well, I didn't really go down there just yet. I'm gonna leave this for another time. Knowing where one is great regardless. Now then, let's get back to business. I'm gonna discuss my current plans that I'm planning on doing in the upcoming episodes. So I wrote a book here. And I'm calling this plan Project Progress. Now, what is Project Progress? Well, Project Progress is a project to make some progression on the projects that needs progress. Woo! That was hard to say. Moving on. The objective of the project is, of course, to build farms and get access to certain biomes in order to get access to all of the common block palettes I will be using for my builds. So doing all this will give me progress. Hence the name. To give you an idea, here are the blocks I want to get access to. First, I'll mention the blocks that I can easily get a hold of. So it is wood, smooth stone, andesite, deep slate, tough blocks, and copper. All of these are easy to farm and are easy to get in the early game. And it suddenly started raining. Just give me a second. Next is iron blocks. I already have an iron farm from last episode, so I'm all good here. Next is concrete. This will be my main building block for pretty much everything I am planning on building in this world. This will need a lot of sand and gravel, so I will need to find a desert biome. The same goes to the next one, terracotta. I won't be using this as much as concrete, but I will still need plenty. Mostly cyan terracotta, so I need to find the badlands biome as well. The last block I will be needing is sea lanterns. Oh boy, this will be a grind to get. Sea lanterns is the best block in the game. Don't quote me on that. And there will be loads and loads of this in all of my builds. So I'm gonna be making a guardian farm in the future. I'm very excited for this one. A guardian farm is one of my favorite things to work on in this game. Hello there, this is me from the future. I almost forgot, I also need quartz. I have no idea why I forgot to mention that. But yes, I will need a lot of quartz, and I can get that from the nether, but I can also get it from trading with villagers. So that's pretty much everything. Well, the common blocks. A mix of other blocks not mentioned will still be used for building. And finally, here are the tasks I will be doing for this project. I will be discussing the details of each task as I'm doing them, so here is just a preview of all of it. So there's a total of 8 tasks. Our first task, the Iron Farm. Our first task, the Iron Farm, is now done. So we're all good to go there. So now, we can proceed to our next task. We will now be building a hostile mob farm, or a general mob farm, whichever you want to call it. What is a hostile mob farm? Well, it's basically a farm that farms the common hostile mobs that spawns in the overworld during the night. We have the zombies, the skeletons, spiders, and of course, creepers. Endermen are also mobs that can spawn during the night, but they're not included in the farm. The witches also spawns during the night occasionally, but they're very rare. We farm these mobs because of the loot they drop when they die. Zombies drop rotten flesh, skeletons drop bones, spiders drop string, but the most important of all is of course gunpowder, dropped by the creepers. Gunpowders are important because of course we need this to craft rockets to fly with my elytra. I've been flying around a lot lately and used up my gunpowder from crafting rockets. I've just been collecting gunpowder from creepers during the night, but that won't be enough. So the hostile mob farm will be very useful. I could just make a creeper farm instead of a hostile mob farm, but I feel like this is better in the early days of Minecraft. Plus, in a single player world, I really think the gunpowder it produces is enough. You can still make a creeper farm in the future if you really need it. Anyway, let's get on with this project. First thing we need to do is to find a place to build it. Ideally, we need to build it in an isolated place, like in the middle of an ocean. So I guess we just need to go further in the ocean to find a good spot for it. Well, this place seems like a good spot. There are 3 lone islands here, which is just near my base over there. Yep, I guess this island is good enough. It's pretty isolated from all the other lands around this area, so I guess this is where I'll be building the farm. Now I need to prepare the materials. I'm gonna need a lot of stone to make the platforms for the mob spawning, which will be a bunch of stone platforms hovering over in the sky here. The design of the farm I will be using is by Nembon again. Link will be in the description if you want to go look at it. So back here at base, I have a lot of stone stocked up, but I'm not sure if this is enough. I guess I will be doing some mining then. Okay, I've just finished gathering up the materials and was on my way back to the island when I noticed this biome here, a cherry grove biome. I haven't gotten this type of wood yet, so I'm gonna collect some. Then, I also noticed something from there. Can you see it? It's a swamp. I'm gonna go and take a little detour and see if there's something in the swamp. But first, let me get some of this cherry wood. Just as I suspected, the swamp is really small. And what is this floating land over here? This is really weird. Anyway, just as I suspected, this swamp is really small. I was kinda hoping I will find a witch hut here. Oh well. But this swamp here is very close to where my base is. So this will be a good spot to build a slime farm in the future. Well, enough of that. Let's just get back to building the farm. No, seriously, why is there a floating dirt platform here? Really weird. Well, I'm back here on the island. So now it's time to build the farm. Alright, the farm is all done, so let's take a look at it from afar. And look at that. We now have this giant thing in the middle of this island. The structure of the farm is all done, but I'm not finished yet. There's still some work that needs to be done. So the only thing left to do is to place all the water here in the bottom platform. Then, put a water bucket in all of the dispensers. And after that, I can now test the farm. So let me just get to that. Okay guys. We're in a bit of a problem. If you've noticed, I don't have any items with me. And I don't have any levels. Because I died. A creeper blew up right in my face. Just as I was about to finish the farm. I forgot to put the water after I removed all the torches, so the mobs started spawning. I didn't really think things through, and I unfortunately died. Everything went wrong immediately when the mobs reached the ground. And I kept dying, and dying, and dying. I really couldn't do anything with all of the skeletons shooting me from all angles. So before I died, I desperately removed my bed so I can get back to spawn. And now, I'm here again. Back at base. Without a single thing on my inventory. The problem is that I don't know how long I was there since I first died, so I don't know if my items will despawn before I get there. Anyway, before anything else, I need to gear up. So I am now geared up with iron. I'm gonna bring a sword and a bow with me, plus all of this cobblestone and some scaffolding. Now my plan is to get in a boat and head to the farm. Once I get there, the mobs would have despawned already, so I can safely pillar up from a distance to reach the top. The only thing is if my items are still there, especially my elytra. It's the only thing I don't want to lose there. But first, let's get some sleep. The farm isn't too far from my base, but I'm pretty sure it is far enough so that my items aren't loading. Almost there now. Hopefully I can do this properly. I'm pretty sure there's a skeleton around here wearing some of my armor. I wonder if he's there. Okay, I need to do this fast. I just hope my elytra hasn't despawned. I only have one of them. Well, that's it. My elytra is gone. And I died again. Just great. This is just a bad day. What? What convenient timing was that? Oh, found him. Yes. Well, guys, all of my items are mostly gone. The only thing left is my helmet, my leggings, boots, sword, and my shovel. I lost both of my pickaxe, my axe, my bow, and of course, my elytra. And of course, it's raining. Very appropriate. Well, at least I still have this. At least the farm is working. Well, at least this is the last time I'm dying here. I'm finally done with the farm. That was a real disaster. At least I got all my tools again, thanks to the villagers. But at least now we can go test the farm. Oh, and I put another portal here. I just need to go all the way up there, very slowly, in this scaffolding here. If only I could fly, huh? Once I flip the switch here, the farm will start working. I also put an AFK spot on top of here, so mobs can only spawn in the farm. Well, here goes. I am now standing right here on the AFK platform. I am just on the right spot so that the only viable spot for mobs to spawn will be inside the farm. And as you can see here, mobs are now spawning. And they will eventually be flushed to the bottom and to the hole in the middle, where they will fall to the bottom towards their demise, leaving their loot behind. So that is the whole farm. It's so satisfying seeing all the mobs fall down. All of the loot are just laying on the ground here, so I need to make the storage system next. So that's the last thing I need to do for this project. So let me get to that and I'll be right back. Hey everyone, I'm back. A few days have already passed since the last clip, but now I'm done with the storage system. I've also been AFK here while I was editing this video, so a few hours have passed since then. So let's go see how much loot we've got. Whee! You can see some changes down here, especially the drop-off area for the mobs. I enclose it since there are times when the mobs tend to overshoot the 5x5 area. I also put some campfire here to kill off the armored mobs since falling isn't enough to kill some of them. Anyway, let's take a look at all the loot I've got. So in these chests here, I have filtered out all of the loots that are coming from the mobs. So in here we have the rotten flesh, which I already have a lot of. Then we have the bone blocks here, which are auto-crafted from the bones from the skeletons. I have a sort of system below, which are auto-crafting some of the things that can be auto-crafted, like bones, redstone, and glowstone. And of course, this is the most important one. Look at all this gunpowder. Oh yeah. Now I have gunpowder for days. There's also string here, then the arrows, and all the other loots coming from the other mobs like the witches. And look at all the redstone I've got. Well, that's pretty much it for me today. The mob farm is now done, and I have all the gunpowder I will need. Unfortunately, as you know, I lost my elytra, so the main reason why I built this is no more. Well, that's just how it is sometimes. We'll just have to continue on. Can you please stop interrupting me? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll continue on our next adventure next time. I'll see you when I see you.